Would you rather buy a comfortable car driving around and your children are living like this?
Financially, the bigger thorn in the government's flesh, spotted by the discerning eyes of the Cabinet Secretary, being learners who, despite continued heavy funding for school allocations for textbooks by the government, are forced to share the all-important books.
The money is lost somewhere because the money is not in Jogo House. We have dispersed the money and the books are not in the school. So the money is somewhere in between. And that in between is where we must now remove that in between.
At Kitui High School's Form 1 South, for instance, a class of 45, only 8 students have biology textbooks. A challenge further worsened by the discovery that the biology teacher too was missing when Matiang'i came calling.
So if they are locked from inside, there must be someone inside.
No, there's somebody who is coming with the key. The one who do the cleaning.
So which one is open that we can see?
This one.
Would you rather actually have the bus or have a better dormitory? So?
And we are trying to this contest that we have.
Honestly, if this was your personal family matter, would you buy a bus first or make sure your children are sleeping in a better place?
It's about sleeping.
It was a visit that caught many head teachers in Naivasha off balance. Naivasha Secondary School was Education Cabinet Secretary Fred Matiang'i's first point of call. The school deputy principal found himself on the receiving end for failing to provide answers about 3.7 million shillings annual allocation. Answers not forthcoming, Matiang'i chose to seek for them in the accounts office.
We are going to receive for that work.
And here, the buzzer was too shaken to provide answers.
I want to know what the 3.7 million ilienda wapi na imefanya nini. That's a report. This is not what I expect. You should be able to give me my report.
The top management team proceeded on a tour of the school to the dormitories, the classrooms, and the kitchen area, as well as the dining hall. Devastated by the glaring failure to observe safety standards.
You have our 3.7 million.
You know what they do? When they are broken like this one, they usually bring it for repair.
For more than a decade, the government has run a textbooks program where schools receive allocations to buy books based on their needs. Recently, the ministry, through a program dubbed Tusome, bought textbooks for class 1 and 2 pupils across the country. Currently, the government spends over 6 billion shillings annually on textbooks for all classes, but that figure could be halved through the new Tusome program. At the Central Primary School in Kitui, each learner has a copy.
The budget we were given for this was 600 million. When we worked on this, we spent less than 300 million. We saved over 50% of what we were told it was going to cost us to do this.
Back at Kitui High School, the school principal was at pains to explain the poor state of accommodation facilities.
Are you okay with the way these children are now? This is the way this environment looks.
It's well cleaned, but there are still touches to be made. I agree with you, sir.
You know, these are our children.
And when your boss is too hard on you, answers must flow.
Ask them. I told them if Matiang'i were to come, sir, with all honest, our cabinet secretary, and that's why I'm saying it's like a hard premonition will be coming.
At the nearby Engineer Ngilu Mixed Secondary School, which hosted this year's County Science Congress, the management was put to task to explain the poor showing in the national exam.
We can't argue that the schools have got the boarding schools so that they perform well.
It is not possible, and the students will not.
The school posted a mean score of a D+ in last year's KCSE, a worrying position that has been consistent for years. The minister later toured a few schools in Machakos County, his eyes still on the lookout to establish the state of textbooks distribution there. It's a series of visitations whose ultimate effectiveness will be determined by the willingness by the various education stakeholders to adopt behavioral change and that of attitudes, and especially teachers who are involved on a daily basis in the management of resources as well as learners in schools.
The Kenya National Examination Council Board that presided over the 2015 examination, marred with massive leakages, has been dissolved, and top officials of the Exam Council forced to record statements with the Directorate of Criminal Investigations to show cause why action should not be taken against them.
The restructuring of the board, the reorganization of the management is only the first step. We will go further than that. We would like to get to a situation where no one questions the integrity of our tests and measurement system as a country. Any school where there is an examination malpractice, even if it involves one candidate, the head teacher leaves. Anapotea. That is it. Because it's embarrassing. I said this before. Examination cheating is the lowest form of intellectual dishonesty. How is it that we can act so recklessly that we affect the future of these children and subject them to a measure of uncertainty? I apologize to the country when we release the KCSE results, but I do not intend to apologize again, because we cannot wait for 12 months and apologize later when we have failed to do.
Now, where Interior and Coordination of National Government Cabinet Secretary Dr. Matiang'i has made a day-long tour of Mombasa to inspect development projects. The tour took him to the 28 billion shillings Dongo Kundu project, the 1.9 billion shillings Likoni floating bridge, and the rehabilitation of the 308 million shillings Liwatoni fishing complex. The Dongo Kundu Bypass Highway, also called Mombasa Southern Bypass Highway, is a road under construction, and when completed, it will connect Mombasa and Kwale counties without passing through Mombasa Island.
On the ground and see for ourselves what is happening, because we cannot talk about delivery of projects when you are not aware practically of what is happening. That's why we are going to where the projects are taking place. The objective is to ensure that we are getting value for money and that we are keeping with the deadlines in the delivery of these projects, because we have so many projects across the country. We have over 824 road projects, for example, going on across the country. We have so many water sector projects happening. And of course, not to mention some in key sectors like now in agriculture and fisheries, like where we are today. So that is why we are visiting this project. We are concerned about the pace. I've been discussing with my brothers and sister here about the pace of work that is not moving as fast as possible. While they're doing the review between today and tomorrow, they will come up with very substantive proposals. That's why the PS for Public Works is here. They will come up with very substantive proposals on how we can ramp up activity here to ensure that we meet the deadlines that we have and sort it out.
Standard Group's Radio Maisha has been running a
They go for run because you are born from the phone and you see these people, your story and things get delayed and so on. In namna ya rent seeking. Eri ukuche kesho na ukuche kitu kingine na ukuche ulete 1000 ili upewe. Hapana, hawa ni bure.
And the backdrop?
Yeah. Why do you have a back, you know, ask yourself, if you are serving 200 people a day, wewe bana. This is your chance hivyo vile unafikiria. If you are serving 200 people a day, why do you have a backlog back April last year?
Yes.
Why? Nairobi is here.
Okay.
You can even call your boss.
Okay, majority of the people have done that.
Why haven't you given them the certificate? That's what I'm asking you. From April, why haven't you given them the birth certificate? You are telling us you serve 200 people.
That's from this year.
You will need to come and sit here one day. Tutafute watu wa kufanya kazi hapa. Hii ni ile mchezo ya kawaida ile mtakwenda mfanye mahali mtaka. You see, this is why, by the way, as I keep saying all the time, heads of department, you will never know anything if you are seated in Nairobi. Huwezi kujua, lazima uje hapa uone sasa hii upumbavu tunaambiwa hapa na huyu mtu ujionee wewe mwenyewe.
Because hapa Narok there has been a lot of crime.
Yeah. And why? We're asking him how many people you have had yourselves.
Yes, 200.
So why do you have a backlog since April?
Yeah.
Tafuta mtu mmoja, you can get somebody like an DCC or an ACC, one person, to come and manage this place. Yeah, to sort this whole place out and so on, inquire this, give us a report on what is going on. Because what's happening here, you can see clearly. Hata wewe mwenyewe unaona.
Education Cabinet Secretary Fred Matiang'i remains adamant that the revised term dates will be implemented despite resistance from the Kenya National Union of Teachers officials, who claim that the reorganized school calendar will have adverse effects on students and teachers.
The circular that we sent last week on the change of term dates has gone to the county directors of education. And we are going forward now with implementation.
The Cabinet Secretary, who was addressing national school principals in Mombasa, said he will not back down as the changes are part of ongoing government efforts aimed at fighting exam malpractices witnessed over the years.
I have an important national duty that I want to discharge. The instructions I have from my boss, His Excellency the President, are very clear to me on what I need to do. And I'm focusing my eye on the ball. What the President expects of me is that I do the assignment he has given me, and that's what I'm doing. So I don't want to be distracted by anything else. I want to focus.
He revealed that his ministry will soon roll out clear rules and roles for school principals and examination supervisors charged with the administration of examinations. Last week, the Cabinet Secretary banned all social activities in third term, including prayer days, visiting, half-term breaks, sports and annual general meetings in an effort to curb cheating during the national examinations. For Channel 1 News Hour, I'm Brenda Zeda Redido.
It's in one school, we are in another school. Take care of yourself, make sure you take medicine.
And the Scazo, where is the money?
Yes,
when were you here last?
A team I was that last year when a team came here. There was a Sikaso Makweli, but the team came here in June.
Last year or this year?
This year, June this year.
Yeah. I cannot see you anywhere. I want to see your team here anywhere. This is August. Because this is what my colleagues are supposed to be doing. They're supposed to be coming here, visiting you, because I don't want them to come when I am coming. I want them to be here all the time, here in the Okaziao. Because I can see the TSC, some county, the TSC. I'm not seeing how. I can see the Deputy County Commissioner has been here. There must be someone inside. This is not from inside.
There is another door. They go this one.
Okay, where is the other one?
The other one is the key. They are very tough.
Let me tell you, my dear. You know, when you look at this ablution block and look at this school, look the bus. They have a bus that could have cost not less than 10 million to buy. And look at the conditions. Hiyo hapana mzuri. Mwalimu.
Pot of paint will not cost you much.
And that money that you have spent on that bus actually could build a whole brand new dormitory. And you don't drive around every day. When you need to move students from point A to point B, you can actually hire a bus, or you can talk to a neighboring school, agree with the neighboring school, share a bus, and instead of sinking all that 9 million or so in a bus, use it to build a new infrastructure. Alafu sasa wazazi wanaambiwa leta pesa ya basi na watoto wao wanalala hivi. I'm straining not to shed it here. Look,
yes, we
this
came
is how
here.
our children live.
We came here and we were very bitter about it.
Na sisi tunalipwa na Wakenya kufanya hivi haki ya Mungu mbele ya Mungu. Honestly, look.
Sir, we came here and we wrote a report and it is supposed to be implemented. We told him to convene a BOM meeting and discuss that report because we were also paying the same way. Sir, we came here and...
Okay, let me ask you.
Yes, sir.
You came here,
yeah.
You wrote a report,
yeah.
And you came, then what happened?
We told, there's a follow-up under the castle.
The report doesn't change the life of this child.
Yes, sir.
If I were you, I would live here. The report doesn't change the life of this child who lives like this. You're presiding over a school where the principal and his board spends millions to buy a bus. Look at how our children are sleeping. Let's go. I'm saying, what? I can't believe it.
Sir, if you check on this one, sir, we are in the process and...
no, let's go to the function. So, okay, anyway.
Are we in proof? This
doesn't need money. Collect rubbish. You have all those boys. They keep their compound clean. Really?
They have been used to doing it, the workers doing it.
No. You put 1,000 boys. They do it themselves.
Sure.
Yeah. They wake up in the morning. We used to do it when we were in school. You do your cleanliness. Yeah? Can't. I'm sure you have those on punishment. They do it. Yeah.
So now, okay, just tell me, how do you issue them? How do you use this?
This is not the letter we use. I only use
For the issuing?
For the issuing is from 3 classes. I take a book of issuers. Each student has a page is on, and the teacher's notebook. Every teacher's page has a page.
Okay, let me ask you a question, my brother.
Yes, sir.
How much will it cost you? You just bought one computer, one desktop, and you basically just kept all your records electronically. Because if this one gets lost,
Yeah, sure.
that's the end of the story. You're not able
In
to.
fact,
You have no problem.
We
You
have
power,
computers. We issue her with one. I wanted her first of all to do the arrangement, then I give her a computer. We have more than 50 computers in the school.
Yeah, but you have 1,000 or so students in the school. Then it means that at night they have to come out. And you know, I want to, it's Parudi. This is an English class, isn't it? Yes. How many of you have a textbook? The English textbook. Raise up your hand. Raise it up. May I have a look at it? Thank you very much. I can see it. Fine. The rest we will discuss with Mwalimu how we get you more books. That's how? Yes. Thank you very much and enjoy your day.
On a normal day, government officials and public servants would report to their places of work at 8 o'clock to a normal working environment. But for staff and students at Kitui High School, a national school, it wouldn't be a normal morning.
Where is the principal?
He went to Nairobi yesterday.
Why?
He had an issue to go and sort out TS quarters.
This was a morning that saw them welcome an invited but very important guest. On such a day, all things that hitherto worked ended up looking disorganized, from classrooms missing subject teachers to an unkept school compound.
What lesson is this? Kiswahili. Where is the Kiswahili teacher? Let me ask you, does this class have a teacher?
Also taking the flak for the situation was the County Director of Education.
Hii sio timu hilo mchezo ya sarakasi hivi, tutakufuatilia.
Sasa. Thank you, sir. Your colleagues who are school audit.
Yeah.
We also need to get their account. What have they done?
What have they done about this school?
Yeah.
And across the fence at Naivasha Girls High School, the situation was similar. After a few minutes in a closed-door session, the Cabinet Secretary and his team of 2 principal secretaries and TSC officials sought answers of a fee statement of 72,000 shillings, which is 18,000 above the ceiling of 53,554 set for boarding schools.
No, it was approved. We had proposed and approved. It was not approved. That's why after now, the minister contested, we revised that one.
Matiang'i ordered the school to refund parents every excess amount paid. 13 years since introduction of the free primary education, the road to quality learning is still bumpy and dusty. So dusty it is for Mirera Primary School, with a pupil population of 2,500. the head teacher found himself in trouble over dirty classrooms.
It's not right.
The CS was surprised that a school receiving 2.7 million shillings every year could be in such shape. The contradiction between schools is clear. However, behind that contradiction are questions of management on how public institutions are run. The bigger tragedy being that the complacency witnessed among the school heads continues in full glare of education officials at both county and national levels.
Lakini hatuwezi kuweka watoto namna hii.
I am also disappointed.
Yeah, the parents, you are disappointed, but you live in this school, you are the principal. How can you tell me you are disappointed now?
Sababu sikujua itakuwa hivyo. Hata mimi nimesikia huko, hata sikutaka uingie huko chini. Kwa sababu niliona kwa habari, nikaona hiyo zolags pale, nikasikia vibaya. I'm very disappointed also, sir. Na nitaita mwalimu tuongee. What's happening?
A tour lasting under 3 hours exposed the state of mismanagement in schools, a testament to the poor showing of public schools in national examinations whose performance dropped by 7 points in the recently released KCPE results. Sami Kituko for Citizen Business Center.
Akienda kutini lia sasa kutini aenda akae sasa kwa sasa tukuja
for sure. Tumeamka mzuri. Tunaenda kazi sio? Tushirikiane tafadhali. Kama hiyo. Tafadhali. We are doing this because munaelewa. Tunataka safari tusiwe na watu wanakufa kwa barabara. Sawa? Asante na Mungu awabariki na muwe na siku njema. Asante kabisa watu tunawafikia pesa. Alafu tuendelee na hiyo. The way to do this tushirikiane. Sasa tusifanye vile tulifanya saa ile. Tunaanza tunanyamaza nini hapana hakuna kuacha. Sawa? Yes sir. Tunaendelea mzuri. Sawa. Na huyu anawalipisha mara mbili. Tunaulizana kwa hiyo. Tunaulizana wapi? Tunauliza kabisa kama wameandika kama